When global megastar Jungkook of BTS enlisted for his mandatory military service, fans braced themselves for the usual hiatus from public life. Military enlistment, after all, is a rite of passage in South Korea, where every eligible male is required to serve. However, the news of Jungkook's abrupt departure from his assigned military camp sent shockwaves across social media platforms and news outlets alike. The question on everyone's lips was simple yet confounding. Why? Speculation mounted as the silence from official channels stretched. Was it a personal crisis? A health issue? Or was it tied to his unique status as a global superstar adjusting to life in uniform? When the division commander himself addressed the situation, the intrigue deepened, leaving fans and citizens riveted. The announcement came through a routine press briefing, typically reserved for military updates. But when the division commander, Major General Kim Tae-suk, mentioned Jungkook's name, the room fell silent. With measured words and a solemn tone, he confirmed that Jungkook had left the camp earlier than scheduled due to undisclosed circumstances. While we cannot provide details at this time, Major General Kim said, I can assure you that the decision was made after thorough consideration and prioritization of the soldiers' well-being. The cryptic nature of the statement left more questions than answers. What circumstances could justify such an exception in a highly regimented system? Fans turned to Jungkook's interviews and past public appearances for answers. Known for his candidness, Jungkook had often shared his anxiety about transitioning from the stage to the barracks. In a 2023 interview, he expressed a mix of pride and apprehension about fulfilling his duty. I want to give my best, even in the military. But I also worry about whether I'll be able to adapt to such a different life. Could these apprehensions have manifested in unforeseen ways? Some fans speculated that the pressures of maintaining his image, even within the military, might have taken a toll. Others pointed to his grueling pre-enlistment schedule, including a world tour and solo album promotions, which could have left him physically and emotionally drained. Jungkook's fame presents unique challenges. Unlike ordinary conscripts, every aspect of his service is scrutinized by millions. From his barracks assignments to his interactions with fellow soldiers, nothing escapes public curiosity. He's not just Jungkook in the military, explained cultural analyst Dr. Choi Min-suk. He's an international icon representing his country. That level of scrutiny is bound to create immense pressure, both for him and for the military officials tasked with his integration. Some fans express frustration, questioning why the military couldn't shield Jungkook from undue attention. He deserves to serve like any other citizen, without being treated as a spectacle. One fan commented on social media, and an unexpected twist. Major General Kim's follow-up statement revealed a more personal side. As a commander, my priority is the welfare of all soldiers under my care. Jungkook is no exception, he said. The decision was not taken lightly, and it was rooted in our commitment to ensuring every soldier's well-being, regardless of their status. His words struck a chord, humanizing the typically stoic image of military leadership. The emotional undertone suggested that the issue at hand was more than administrative, it was deeply personal. Unsurprisingly, the fanbase, known as ARMY, reacted with a mix of emotions. Some expressed concern for Jungkook's well-being, flooding social media with messages of support. The hashtag We Love You Jungkook trended globally within hours of the announcement. Others were more skeptical, questioning the fairness of his departure. What about the other soldiers who might be struggling? Would they receive the same consideration? One netizen asked. The situation has reignited debates about celebrity enlistment in South Korea. While exemptions are rarely granted, the integration of high-profile figures like Jungkook presents unique challenges. It's a delicate balance, said military sociologist Professor Lee Ji-won. On one hand, celebrities have the right to equal treatment. On the other hand, their presence can disrupt the dynamics of a unit, whether due to heightened media attention or their own adjustment difficulties. For now, Jungkook's immediate future remains unclear. Will he return to the camp after resolving the undisclosed circumstances? Or will alternative arrangements be made to accommodate his situation? As the world waits for clarity, one thing is certain. This incident has highlighted the complexities of blending duty and celebrity in a society where both are held in high regard. The mystery surrounding Jungkook's departure continues to grip fans and observers alike. Until the full story emerges, speculation will fill the void, fueled by a mix of concern, curiosity, and admiration for a young man navigating uncharted territory. The case of Jungkook has sparked a broader conversation about equality and privilege in South Korea's military service system. Some argue that celebrities like Jungkook deserve special consideration due to their contributions to the nation's global reputation. Others insist that mandatory service must remain a great equalizer, treating all enlistees equally regardless of status. The debate has spilled into every corner of public life, from television panel discussions to impassioned online forums. On one side, supporters argue that figures like Jungkook amplify Korea's cultural diplomacy, making allowances a reasonable trade-off. On the other side, critics warn against setting a precedent that could undermine the fairness of military service. "I love Jungkook as much as anyone," said one fan in a heated social media thread. "But if he gets special treatment, what message does that send to the average young man who has no choice but to endure hardships without exception?" Adding another layer of intrigue, anonymous sources from the camp have hinted at the challenges Jungkook may have faced. While the exact details remain speculative, one former soldier shared insight into the difficulties of adjusting to military life, even for the most disciplined individuals. "It's not about physical strength," the source explained. "It's the mental adjustment. For someone like Jungkook, who's used to a completely different lifestyle, the culture shock can be overwhelming. The regimented schedule, limited privacy, and communal living can be jarring, especially for someone transitioning from a world of luxury and creative freedom to a rigid military framework." While official statements focus on the logistics of Jungkook's departure, fans can't ignore the potential emotional toll on the artist himself. Known for his sensitivity and emotional openness, Jungkook has never shied away from sharing his vulnerabilities. In a heartfelt letter to fans before his enlistment, he wrote, "I don't know what challenges lie ahead, but I'll face them with the same determination that brought me here. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that we grow through adversity." This sentiment, while inspiring, now feels eerily prophetic. Did Jungkook anticipate the struggles he might face? And if so, did the pressures exceed even his own expectations? Despite the swirling controversy, one unexpected outcome has been the wave of support from Jungkook's fellow conscripts. Several soldiers reportedly expressed admiration for how he handled the initial weeks of training. "He wasn't treated differently," shared one anonymous soldier in a leaked online post. "If anything, he worked harder because he didn't want anyone to think he was coasting on his fame." The post went viral, further complicating the narrative. On one hand, it paints a picture of Jungkook as a hardworking individual doing his best to adapt. On the other hand, it raises questions about why someone so determined would need to leave the camp. Major General Kim has also found himself in the crosshairs of public debate. Some applaud his decision to prioritize Jungkook's well-being, calling it a sign of empathetic leadership. Others criticize him for appearing to give preferential treatment to a celebrity, potentially undermining morale among other soldiers.